All right, so let's just talk about metallic compounds, just really short, or metallic bonding, really is what I should say here. Metallic bonding, there, that's better. And so, right, we're talking about here one or more metal bonded to each other or itself. And so if we draw our periodic table, let me slow down, that was terrible. Then we have our little staircase, right? Everything to the left of this staircase is what's classified as a metal. So if you think about where these atoms are, they're in the very easy to remove electrons. And a lot of properties of metals come from the fact that these electrons are easy to remove. And so what we end up with here is kind of a sea of electrons. And I'll draw a little picture right here. So we have our solid, and within this solid, we have the nuclei of our atom, of our atoms. And basically what happens is, since all these electrons are easy to remove, basically these valence electrons, what we're talking about here, is they're just kind of floating around all over the place. They don't belong to any one atom. They're just kind of all shared in this kind of communal property type of thing, right? So this is the nucleus, positive charge, and then we've got our sea of electrons, which has a negative charge. So these electrons are free to flow throughout the solid, and so this results in a number of properties. One, that they're conductive, right? So electrical conductivity refers to the flow of charge. Since these electrons are kind of in this sea where they don't belong to any one nucleus, they're free to go about wherever they want and thus conduct. Another thing that you'll notice is that there's not these rigid bonds here in these metals. And so what that allows these metals to do is to be malleable and ductile. So malleable and ductile means basically you can spread it out into a sheet, you can roll it into a tube, you can do all kinds of different things without it falling apart, right? So think about kind of like Play-Doh type of thing, right? If you squeeze around Play-Doh, it's very malleable. You can play around with it versus something like an ionic compound where if you try to do the same thing, it'd kind of crack in two. So that's pretty much all I want you to know about metallic bonding. There's not that much.